Welcome friends to mariegreenyoga, and today we are going to do a Pilates Fusion session where I will call what we're doing a maintenance for our core. So we are going to do chest lifts, we are going to do bridges with a block, we are going to do hip circles and the series of 5, and then we'll come up to elephant pose and do a couple of cat cows to finish this session off. And we're actually starting with our pelvis clock 12 to just hold the center and find our deeper core muscles and switch them on. And doing these kind of practices helps me to keep my yoga practice going also in a strong way. It's like one thing helps the other. So today we're hugging our muscles into the core and getting strong for maintenance. Bring your block with you, and this is the block I have. Let's take the block and meet me laying down on your mat with your head on the block. So from here we go with having the block underneath the head, so we do not have to use our neck or our shoulders for what we're doing with the core. So from here, pull the belly button in, so we're coming to that top ridge on our sacrum. There really just is one top ridge, so we'll use that one, and it's the space right below the belly button and above the pubic bone, and we'll hold that space in and then release, and then we'll do that again. We'll hold that 12 o'clock space into the mat, so there's no space between your lower back and the mat, and we're just using the abdominals to hold us there. We'll hold a few more breaths right here, and then we release that, and we'll do it 2 more times. So we hold the belly button all the way in and vacuum suck the belly button into the front of the spine, engaging with lower abs, not using the glutes and not the legs, just the core. And then we release that back out again, and 1 more time. Pull the belly button all the way in and hold it right here, and engage lower abs, and we can start to reach the arms nice and long, and we'll hold it here for another 3 counts with our inhales and our exhales, and then we release that back out. And that should have just kind of switched on the switches for the middle lower ab section and really all the way up. You can take your block away from your head and take your hands underneath your head and elbows slightly up, and then from here we have the feet flat, knees up to the sky, and we'll do our chest lifts. We lift up and then we lower back down, and we lift up and lower back down, and we'll do our very best to keep that lower back in towards the mat. And we exhale up, and then we inhale on the way down, and we exhale up and hold, and we inhale and lengthen on the way down, and we exhale and hold, and inhale, lengthen on the way down, exhale, hold, inhale and lengthen, and again, exhale and hold, and inhale and lengthen, and exhale and hold, and inhale and lengthen, and exhale and hold, and inhale and lengthen, exhale and hold, and inhale and lengthen. And we'll do another 10 right here, just like this. Lower back is in the mat. That space right below the belly button is holding us. And the space for the lower back and between the mat, there is no air right there. We are just holding that space. So we are, in our yoga world, we are engaging our different locks in the body. In our ab world, we're making them stronger. That's what's happening by holding on to the front side, skin to muscle, muscle to bone. We're holding everything in, and on the exhale we get to lengthen back out, but we keep on holding it all the way in. We'll do another 4 right here. Exhale and inhale, chin is in, elbow slightly up towards the sky, neck is relaxed, and another 2 right here, and we exhale and we inhale, and we exhale and we inhale, and then we're going to hold it up here and pulse it above the shoulder blades, and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse, and keep on pulsing for another 20. Here we go, or so. Give
give or take. We are down to 15 more pulses. We stay above the shoulder blades, anatomically below the shoulder blades. We'll do another 10, and we keep on pulsing, and we'll do another 5 right here. Lower back is in the mat, and 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more, and then we come all the way back down and take the arms to the side, feet on each side of the mat, and bring the knees side to side. Inhale and exhale, and then we'll come back up, and this time around we'll take the block between the knees. Maybe you have a foam block, maybe you have a wooden block or a cork block, and we'll just put it right between the lower part of the leg, around the inner part of the knees, and then from there we take the hands nice and long, the arms nice and long, and then we'll come and roll all the way up, rolling up into a bridge up towards the top of the shoulder blades, and the neck is nice and long and not being pressed down. We're engaging glutes and lower abs, and then we roll back down, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, and come all the way back down onto the sacrum, and then we'll do that again. Use the glutes, use the lower abs to lift yourself up and engage our entire support system. To stand, to walk, to hold ourselves together. And again, we'll keep on rolling it all the way up to the top of the shoulder blade, squeeze, and then we're bringing it all the way back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, working on mobility, untying knots in the spine. Come to that 12 o'clock spot, and then we roll through the lower back, squeeze the glutes, nice long arms, holding it all the way up, and then taking it back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, scooping out the front side of the belly and coming back to the sacrum. And again, feet nice and even, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the lower abs, and lift all the way up and back down, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. And we'll do another 5 right here, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, articulating the spine, activating all of our muscles, squeezing and holding glutes on the way up and on the way down. And again, scooping the belly, squeezing glutes, tightening the lower abs, lifting up to the top of the shoulder blades and back down. And we'll do another 4 here. See if we can find those lumbar vertebrae to activate all of the muscles. And then we roll ourselves all the way up to the top of the shoulder blade. Squeeze the block at the same time. And vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll do another 3 here. Scooping, lengthening arms, holding the front side, lifting all the way up to the top of the shoulder blades, and bringing it all the way back down, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. And 1 more time here, inhale and exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing it all the way up and rolling back down, finding each and every nook and cranny on the spine. We'll do 1 more, and then we'll hold it up there. Come back to that 12 o'clock spot and roll through each and every vertebrae all the way up towards the top of the shoulder blades. Make sure it's comfortable, and then here we are, and we squeeze the glutes and we pulse it up, and squeeze and pulse. Squeeze the block, squeeze the midline, squeeze the adductors, hug your knees, and we keep on squeezing glutes, lower abs, and tightening up our foundation, connection to upper and lower body, connection and awareness, how our sacrum is doing. We make sure that we are activating all of the muscles that is holding and supporting our lower back and our sacral area. We'll do another 10 here, another 9 and 8 and 7. There should be a nice little burn into the glutes, into the lower abs. 4 more, 3 and 2 and 1. And then we'll take it all the way back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, and there might be some nice adjustments on the way down. Take the block underneath the head, please, for comfort and ease, to have support for our shoulders, our neck, and the scalenes, and our chin is nicely tucked in. So make sure that block is in a comfortable place. Maybe you have a pillow, maybe you have a rolled blanket. Bring your knees into the chest. Take your right leg up to the sky, and let's flex and point to that right foot. Flex and point. Interlace your hands around your hamstrings. Hold your core nice and steady. Shoulders and hips are stacked above and below each other. Inhale and exhale, and then we'll do a few circles with the ankle, and circle 3 times the other way around, waking up the energies all the way up towards the toes. And then we'll put the toes into a nice pointing variation. Externally rotate your hip, pull the femur down, long arms, and hip circles. Nice and easy hip circles. Just nice and plugged in, and we're holding the lower abs, and we're keeping the sacrum down, kind of hip circles. And we are checking mobility and strength and stability into the right hip socket. Femur to hip socket, that ball and socket, that's where we are. And we'll do another 2 circles here. And then we're going to switch the directions. So we'll come back to the center, and we bring that leg a little bit closer in as we keep that left leg nice and long, and then we do opposite direction. And nice and even circle with that second toe, having sacrum down, finding and tightening and strengthening. I like to think of it as kind of tightening it up a little bit, because at my age things kind of get a little loose. So I come to my Pilates practice to make things kind of plugged in a little bit more, all muscles hugging in. We'll do another 2 circles here. There should be a nice feeling in the hip. And then we'll do 1 more, bringing the leg towards the nose. We had it in external rotation. Now we take the leg in a nice even direction, hands around the hamstrings. Walk your hands up to your ankle and get a nice big hamstring stretch and a abdominal curl at the same time. Elbows to side, tuck your chin in, and exhale, bring it all the way back down. Bend your right knee in, and we'll switch sides. Left leg in, right knee in. Extend your right leg out. Take your left leg up, hands around the hamstrings. Interlace, flex and point your left foot and ankle. Kind of working through the entire ankle and foot region, metatarsals and muscles. And then from there, circle your ankle 3 laps around, or however many that you feel like you need. And then second side around, second lap around, opposite direction. Inhale and exhale, and then we point the toe, and then we do a little external rotation. Arms long, tightening up our core, maintaining that nice holding the center, hugging everything in. Hips down, shoulder blades down, and then we'll do our hip circles with the left leg. Just the left femur is stirring around, and we have connection all the way out towards that second toe, to all the toes really. And we keep super still in the body, and just the femur is rotating in that hip socket and creating nice mobility, nice stability, nice connection. We'll do another 2 laps here, and 1 more, and then we'll hold the leg right here, give it a little push in, and then we'll do opposite direction. From the core, super stable, long arms. Nothing is moving besides the left leg. Hold the belly button in, super strong center line. And we get to know what's going on in our left hip when we do these hip circles. Second toe is kind of leading the way. And these are just nice, gentle, easygoing hip circles. And we'll do 2 more laps here. And then we'll do 1 more lap here. Hips are down, shoulders are down. And then we take that leg back up, hands on the shin calf or up towards the ankle. And then we pull ourselves up and bring the shoulders away from the ears. Take the elbows to the side, curl into the front side, top of the hips to the bottom of the ribs, and then exhale, bring it all the way back down. Bring your left knee down, take your right knee in, and hug everything in. Now from here, we're going to series of 5. So let's take our block. If we would like to have it, we'll keep it right there. Some of you are going to take it away. But if you take it away, make sure that you have the strength to support your series of 5 from your core, and there's no pressure in the neck. I'm keeping the block today. So from here, take the left leg straight, right knee into the chest, left hand inside the right knee, and the left hand on the outside of the ankle. And then we'll do double pulse, and then we'll switch. Double pulse and switch. Double pulse and switch. And hips and shoulders are stacked, and just the legs are switching from the help of the core that we're maintaining today. And the other hands give a little push in, but it's really to engage and find our core abdominal muscles. And we have that 12 o'clock spot into the mat. Let's do 2 more on each side. And even with hips and shoulders. And 1 more, and then both knees into the chest. Then we have the hands around the ankle, empty the air, squeeze the midline, extend arms and legs opposite direction in the way that you can hold your lower back in the mat. And then we'll circle around and squeeze the knees into the chest, arms and legs opposite direction, lower back is in the mat the whole time. And we'll do double knee stretches. Hug it in, extend it back out, and hug it in, and extend it back out. Activate and detail in towards from the lower abs, middle, up to the spaces between the ribs. There's a nice hold as our arms and our legs extend opposite direction. And we'll do another 3 here, and we'll do another 2 here, and we'll do 1 more, and then we'll hug it all the way in, and then we'll take the right leg up to the sky, left leg forward, hands gently around your right leg, double pulse, lower back is in the mat, switch, double pulse, switch, double pulse. We double pulse from the superpowers that we have in our core. And the arms, hands, fingers are just there to kind of gently guide. And we'll keep on going. And we do double pulse, hips and shoulders are easy, and double pulse, and double pulse, and double pulse, and double pulse. Let's do 3 more to get that nice feeling of connection in towards the core, so we feel like we're maintaining. This is the last one. And then legs straight up, double leg stretches or leg drops. Thumbs underneath your sacrum, fingers fanned out like a butterfly on each side. Let's have the feet together and drop and bring it back up. And we only again drop to where we can hold our lower abs into the front of the spine and the lower back into the mat. And the block or the pillow is there to help us to direct our powers into the abdominals and not the neck and shoulders. Chin is in towards the chest, and we'll keep on dropping and lowering for another 5, and for another 3, and for another 2, and for last one right here. And then we'll take the legs back up, knees in tabletop, push the knees a little forward, hands can stay underneath for bicycle legs. focusing on holding the lower abs in. See if you can pull the knee in and bringing it back out in a nice long way, like somebody's gently pulling on that ankle out and away. And we hold the lower abs in and we keep on bicycle. This is the last exercise in the series of 5. And it's enough to do series of 5 different exercises 5 times. We added on a few extra for maintenance and to make sure, give or take, we had a few extra on our cards today. Let's do another 4 and another 3. There's no rush. Hold the lower abs into the front of the spine, lower back in towards the mat. Let's do 1 more right here. And we backed our way to the end of series of 5. Hug your knees in. And from here, take your block away from your mat or your pillow and put your hands underneath your knees. And then we're going to roll our way up and we're going to come onto tabletop and tuck the toes under and come into flexion and extension of our spine. You can tuck the toes under or you can have your toes flat underneath you, however your knees feels healthy. So from here, let's arch the spine up to the sky and inhale, extend back out and exhale, big full extension up towards the sky. Inhale, long spine out through the top of the head, through the tip of the tailbone. And again, it's like a nice big stretch for the abdominals and a nice big hug into the midline. And again, 1 more. This time we're going to hold it all the way up here, holding that tailbone down, expanding the lower back, the middle back, and the spaces between the shoulder blades, the whole thoracic. So we go lumbar, thoracic, and cervical spine. Tuck the toes under, hold the big vacuum suck feeling into the front of the spine. And then from there, we'll come over and put our feet down for elephant pose. And then we hold this and we anchor down into the 4 corners of the hands, into the 4 corners of the feet, and we pull the belly button in, and we have found ourselves into elephant pose, and we get to stretch into the back of the legs, and we'll stay 1 more nice breath here, and then we release and step back to our down dog and take a downward facing dog, keeping the same strength in the front side in our down dog. Come over forward to plank pose, lower all the way down, elbows to the side, and inhale, flatten your toes out, and then inhale and lift up to your low cobra today. Pull the ears back and exhale, bring it all the way back down. Come to child's pose and sit back onto your heels and lengthen your arms. Press the palms, pull the belly button in, and get into a nice big full extension of the spine. And we'll sit back down here. And then from here, you can stay here. You can come and take a pause and lay down and rest. Or if you feel like, wow, I can do that little series 1 more time, then you just heading back to the front of the class and start over again and get maybe some new awareness into the core. I hope that this helped you to find your center as a maintenance, or maybe this was your first time ever, because this is a good way to get started with helping our core to find our midline and to plug in. And then since you are on a yoga channel, it will also help us into our yoga practice of holding the poses in the center and finding our balance so we can extend out from there. I hope you like this, and feel free to subscribe, share with a friend, visit my library. There is lots and lots of yoga classes and quite a few Pilates Fusion as well lately. So I hope to see you soon, and read about me below in my description, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining.